Let's dive into the story of Eastman Kodak Company, a billion-dollar company that fell. A company that, for decades, was synonymous with photography. It controlled the market, made billions, and seemed almost untouchable. But here's the paradox. In 1975, an engineer inside Kodak created the world's first digital camera. Not Sony, not Canon, not Apple. Kodak. And yet, in 2012, the company filed for bankruptcy. How does a company that invented the technology of the future end up losing? Why didn't innovation save it? Let's break it down. To understand the scale of its fall, we first need to understand the scale of its greatness. Founded in the late 19th century, Kodak basically created the mass photography market. Their strategy was simple and brilliant: make photography accessible to everyone. Kodak didn't just sell cameras, they controlled the entire ecosystem: film, chemicals, developing, photo paper. Every photo made meant more profit. It was a vertically integrated system. To take a photo, you needed film. To see it, you needed developing. To keep it, you needed prints. By the mid-20th century, Kodak was practically synonymous with photography. At its peak, its market share of film in the US exceeded 80 to 90%. But here's the catch. The whole system depended on physical photos. If people stopped printing, the entire profit engine collapsed. And in 1975, technology appeared that challenged the very foundation of Kodak's business. In 1975, inside Kodak, something remarkable happened. A young engineer, Steve Sasson, built a device the size of a toaster. It took a black-and-white photo at less than 0.01 megapixels, and it took 23 seconds to record. The image was stored on a cassette. This was the first digital camera in history. The future was inside Kodak. Sasson showed the prototype to management and asked, "What if photos no longer need film?" The answer? If photos didn't need to be printed, no more film, no more developing, no more photo paper. Billions of dollars in revenue at risk. The digital camera didn't just offer a new technology, it threatened Kodak's entire business model. And the leadership made a choice: not to ban the technology, but also not to rush its adoption. They slowed the revolution. This is the key conflict in Kodak's story. The company that first saw the future wasn't ready to embrace it. And that's where the strategic mistake began. After 1975, Kodak lacked the willingness to destroy its own model. Management faced a choice: embrace digital quickly and lose billions from film, protect the current business and delay the inevitable. They chose the second. It didn't seem foolish. Film was making billions. Digital cameras were expensive, clunky, and unfamiliar to consumers. From a short-term profit perspective, sticking with what works made sense. But fear had now become part of the strategy. By the 1990s, digital technology became cheaper. Resolution improved. Cameras became smaller. Consumers no longer needed to wait for film development. No more buying rolls of film. No more printing every shot. Photography became instant. And then came the next blow: smartphones. A camera in everyone's pocket. Photography stopped being a physical object. It became digital and fluid. Kodak released digital cameras, but it was reaction, not leadership. They were trying to catch up, not shape the market. In 2012, Kodak filed for bankruptcy. It wasn't sudden, it was a slow displacement. Ironically, the technology was there. Patents were there. The company understood the trend. What was missing was the courage to break their own system in time. Let's break down the main reasons. 1. Dependency on a successful model. When a business makes billions, Giving it up is almost impossible. 2. Fear of cannibalization. The company feared the new product would destroy the old. In the end, the market did it for them. 3. Organizational inertia. The bigger the company, the harder it is to pivot quickly. Kodak's story isn't just a business case, it's a lesson in how success can become a trap. The biggest risk isn't taking a chance, it's failing to take one in time.